All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. All right, what is the problem with landmark properties? Why are people dying like crazy? Why are these people trespassing on other people? I've done a lot of research into this company and they have many branches, many facilities that they run. And what is the problem? How come why are they having a problem at all these facilities? And it's just unbelievable. And now they're starting to think that they're corrupt. People have been calling the police, and they've been coming here and getting the wrong people, right? And everyone's complaining about it. It's none of my business. I just live in one of these facilities that they manage or run or own or whatever. And the death threats that we've been getting is unreal. The the people trespassing. You got people here that don't even live here, but they come here just to walk their dogs, crap all over. So is it a problem? Yeah. Well, now see, they should have nipped it in the bud and fixed the problem, but they didn't. So other people called the police, and government, but not from Indiana because nothing gets done. So they called other states and congressmen and FBI um, from other states, right? Because it's so corrupt here. The police are even telling people, you better not call the government. You better not. So, and for one, there's a vehicle driving around town in LaGrange, Indiana. It's called the Booty Patrol. It's not a cop, but they've been dressing up like I guess it's some porno thing or sex thing or something. The Booty Patrol. And people are like, them are not cops, right? They're fake ass cops, right? Strippers or something like that. But people think they actually been doing bad things to people. So there's a problem in this town. I want to thank God that one of my buddies, I think, from high school is FBI. So are people sick of this place and the way these people been vampiring us and uh, doing whatever they want, right? Well, a couple of them got hurt, right? So now there's grounds for justification. I'm was telling these people there's going to be retaliation, right? You folks did some bad stuff. These people are going to retaliate against you know, and they think it's a joke, and I'm like, no, it's not a joke. You folks did some bad stuff. There's going to be retaliation, even to the cops that you've been paying and putting in your pockets. And they thought it was a joke. And that's what they thought. So, what is the problem in Indiana with these facilities? And they own numerous facilities. People have been dying. People have been getting ripped off, stolen, trespassed on, legal or spiritually trespassed on by these people. Right? We've had people move in here. I'm a witness to it. It ain't God. It is witchery or sorcery or whatever they're doing. But I've witnessed people move in here on their deathbeds. And the next thing you know, somebody that had just mental problems is on their deathbed with the same thing as they have. And that person's walking around scot-free like nothing's wrong. So some of the professionals have called and said, Johnny, I think we got a vamp or some kind of a witchery cult, church cult going in town or something like that. I was like, great, that's all the intel we need. That's all they needed. Right? So is this happening in LaGrange, Indiana? Yes. Like I said, folks, when I first moved into this area, this place, I was in great shape. I was in great shape. I don't know what happened. I don't know what these people are doing. I don't call it God. I don't call it nothing but a bunch of witches, demons, and corrupt police and corrupt town. So that's why people made calls out of state, different states, uh, different branches of the government. Now we all know it's Mike Pence's hometown, home, home city or state, and nobody cares anymore, right? We've been having trouble with these ladies here, and because they're older or they proclaim to have problems, they actually do whatever they want here, whether it be witchery, sorcery, whatever. And it's against the laws. And I know what people are talking about. We had the same thing happen at the Hubbard Inn where 19 people died. Uh, and that was sad. That was right in the next town, South Bend. And these facilities are ran by this group, I guess, Landmark or something like that, who was just on the TV news a couple days ago. Another person died. Somebody had a addiction and a mental illness problem, and that person is no longer here. So now charges of murder are going to be brought up against these people or this. They're looking for the CEO, the owners. They're looking for a lot of people. The police are trying to cover it up from what these people are saying. I believe it. But it's gone too far, folks. Calls were made, and there ain't nothing I can do. Like I said, I am with the people that are complaining here. These people have just been doing whatever they want. People don't even want to go to work because they're afraid their doors will be uh, broke into. Their apartments will be broke into, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them one bit. Not one bit. It's happened to me here, folks. Right? That's why these people were consistently telling you people you're not allowed to keep money in the bank. You have to keep your money in your home, your apartment, or whatever. You can't keep money. If you get any extra money, you can't keep it in the bank. And we're starting to think that this was their technique, was because then they can come in and steal your money while you're not home. Right? So they're all suspect. They're all being watched. They are corrupt. They've been naming people's names off: Smiths, Hubbards, Watsons, numerous names, Saggers, all these people, a big ring or something. I don't know. I have no idea. But I do know this. People did make the right calls this time. And I think they're going to stormtroop the place here. And I guess the police made threats. The police are threatening, right? Bring in militia and all this. The police are making threats. So what do? Nothing. Let the higher ups handle this problem. They already know that Indiana is corrupter than crap. They already know that they've been killing people or whatever, you know. So is this going to be a, a part in this? Is LaGrange, Indiana, gonna take a role in our next election like they did last year with Trump? Right. That's the thing. That's what we're waiting to see. Or what political party is causing this havoc? Right? Who is allowing these people to trespass on perfectly healthy people? They might have a disability mentally, but physically they were fine. How did they become sick? How did they get so sick? What is it? The water? Is it true what some of these people are saying, that they've been using magic, witchery, and sorcery? It very well might be true, folks. It might be true. Like I said, it's a small little town. It's got a whole bunch of churches in it. And I imagine the church is trying to get people to come to their church, so they conjure up some demons. So everybody runs to the church, and yeah, we got this state, the whole state and this small little town, and they've been harassing me forever. These cops can't stand me. They can't stand me, man. The cops can't stand me. Ever since I told the truth of what happened to me when I was a young teenager, me and my girlfriend with a cop, uh, they can't stand me. It's like they know they did wrong to me when I was a young teen, and they're trying to cover things up. And they've been covering it up for a long time, folks. I got over 3,000 videos of every day somebody making a drug deal here, selling their medication, uh, just doing crazy shit, right? Fights, drinking alcohol, drunk, running into shit with cars. They drive around the property here. They keep saying it's some guy, Steve. It's Steve. I'll get rid of Steve anyway, right? Yeah, that dude was he wanted? Yeah, I guess so. You know, the Delphi guy that was involved in the Delphi case used to live here. Used to live up here. That Harmon dude or whatever his name was. People were like, "That's the guy." I'm like, "I know, I'm trying to catch him, but the police keep getting pissed at me." So all this crap came from Indiana. All this child rape shit that they've been doing, all the stealing, the trespassing on people. I can tell you one thing, that CPOD or whatever, that goes back to that old hag in apartment 50 something over there on that side. She's walking around like a spring chicken. Everybody's dying of COP now, right? Send that back. We've had enough of the crap. We've had enough of your corrupt government and police in Indiana. I know I have, right? I'm tired of getting shut down myself. I gotta go ahead and I'm buying a whole new door system, and they're trying to tell me you can't do that. You can't have cameras. You can't videotape. You can't even mention the name of this place. And I'm like, well, too late, because you folks are all over the news. Channel 16 and 22, all the landmark development or landmark facilities or whatever. This has been an ongoing problem. And then they threaten to sue you or throw you out. So I imagine the lawsuits will start piling up soon. If not, if they don't get redemption, if these people don't get justification, I'm sure that they probably will take justification into their own hands like they did. And you're going to have a lot of people dying like they did in this town. Over 3,000, 4,000 people. So that's the problem with you folks is you're corrupt. You're corrupt. And I've been here a long time before any of these pricks moved in. And we didn't have this trouble until these people moved in. Right? I don't know which one of you pricks are selling that white china or whatever on the other side of the apartment complex over there. But you best pack up and move. You best pack up and move. And I know you've been saying it's that you know the owners, that you know the management landmark, and that's the answer you guys give every time we ask you questions. You know the owners, and you know Jesse, the one that runs the apartment complex. So who's giving you folks the authority to do that shit at this apartment complex, at any landmark facility? Who's giving you folks the right to do that? Last time I checked, your folks' drugs and witchery and sorcery was illegal in this town. So what authority is giving you? And don't say God, because they already smacked that fake Messiah right upside the head. Right? He was laying in the parking lot. So which one of you folks are pushing that crap? on these disabled people and take your pills and your white china and get the hell out of this town, because I have the feeling you and your corrupt cops uh, are in for a whirlwind. I don't know why, I don't know how, but they're going to do it. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I will be out of here when they do that, hopefully. But like I said, folks, I'm getting harassed all the time. I'm getting trespassed on these people. And I'm tired of it myself. I really am. I really am. Don't worry, they got that Masonic Lodge covered in Angola. We're looking for the other one here in LaGrange. I know, Johnson, it's the Masons. I know, it always is, ain't it? But listen, they're taking a big hit right now for some of you guys that ran your mouths and said it was the Masons that killed these little girls and been killing people. So last time I checked, they took out like 20 of them, 20 Masons or something. A couple of them they pushed off a bridge that were construction workers. A couple of them were ran into by cars, made it look like an accident. It's a war that these people created. You know, this polygamous war or whatever these people do. I mean, we've got evidence of numerous people on YouTube claiming that they're Masons. And, we had that in the Delphi case, right? That Harmon dude, who he's some kind of religious Mason, Masonic, whatever. I don't know. But I can tell you this much, folks. They made the right calls, and now the right people are starting to die. And everyone knows the police are corrupt. And another thing, I want you folks in LaGrange, Indiana, to start telling the Indiana State Police and any Indiana police when they do show up in your hometown that they're out of their jurisdiction. Michigan owns this town now. Why? Because the survey was done wrong. And now that we have high technology, we resurveyed Michigan. And actually, Michigan owns like 20, 30 miles into Indiana. So Indiana is actually, they're out of their jurisdiction, right? This land is actually Michigan. From what they're saying, from what the news is saying, right? So they're out of their jurisdiction. They don't even own this property legally if they go ahead and do it through the courts, which Michigan is. See, people were complaining because they were getting taxed twice. They were getting property tax from Michigan, and they were getting property tax from Indiana. And people were so pissed off they couldn't figure it out. Well, comes to find out, they finally came out and told the truth. Michigan owned 30 miles or 20 miles into Indiana. Indiana refuses to comply, right? Thus, they're out of their jurisdiction. Go home, boys. Take you and your prostitutes and all your white china heroin or crack or whatever, your little white pills, and hit the road, baby. Hit the road. I have been seeing a couple Michigan police now, vehicles coming down into Indiana and patrolling. So you boys got to hit the road. And we're revamping everything. Now, and here's what's funny. Landmark development and buildings have been in the news for over 5 years. People have been dying. Their buildings they can't even run their buildings. The buildings are dilapidated. Now, who is authorizing this bullcrap in Indiana? These are the people you got to take out. Right? Them are the people. They're killing people. And they're hiding behind this health care system, the police, and the corruption within the courts. Good morning, Ricky. So it was all over the news, folks. They think I'm lying. I'm like, call Channel 16, call Channel 22. It was on the news the other day. Right? It was all over the news. Good morning, Kiki Man. So are these people doing bad things? Yeah. You couldn't go out and you couldn't make a living if you wanted to. People are so afraid to go out because they don't want their apartment to get ripped off. You know, that's why I got cameras here, but yet they are complaining and they're trying to get me to take my cameras down, saying I'm breaking the law. I'm like, I'm not breaking the law. I got renter's insurance on this place. I got high dollar equipment in here, artifacts that I collected. You know, I'm not breaking the laws. It's an authority thing, folks. They want to test God. The government wants to test God. You know, I'm not God. I'm just one of his followers, right? Believers, whatever. But we can't stand down to this no more. I know everybody's seen it. I know everybody knows. It's been all over the news. Half of us are dying probably because they just failed to listen. So that goes back to them apartments in apartment 50 or whatever. All this poison, all this crap, sickness and everything is coming from the other side of the apartment complex. Right? The side of the apartment complex that's 50s, 60s, with the apartment numbers 70s and 80s on the other side. Stay off of my side, stay away from me. And stay away from our side. We don't want your guys' garbage. Right? We don't want it. Kiki, we hope you're doing good at the doctors. So yeah, this has been ongoing. I'm tired of the threats from this town, the police. I'm tired of the threats that they're going to sue me. And this is why Americans take things into their own hands, and this is why you got a massive death count in Indiana. Sorry, folks. We tried to help. We tried to tell them. Right? And they never get, they're like doctors, folks. They don't do any jail time. They get a smack on the hand and they're gone, and they're threatening now to sue me and kick me out if I keep talking the truth. No, we want this tall ass prick that's walking around, this peeping Tom that they have here. I've caught this guy numerous times late at night, and we keep calling the police and describing the guy, and they're like, there ain't nobody here. And I got the prick on film, and the police flat out lied. We don't know what you're talking about. Can you ID the guy? I'm like, he's all over my fucking film. He's all over my film. And they played stupid. Right? Nothing was done. That's why certain people here called up higher authorities. Right? You're going to fix this problem, United States government. You're going to fix this problem. You're going to fix Indiana, Mike Pence. Rat bitch. You're going to fix this problem you caused. You're going to pay for the deaths. I was going to be somebody, but you allowed these people to walk around in the state knowing that they were contagious. You got problems coming, Indiana. Big problems. From what I can see, maybe not. Maybe I'll pack up and move. But I can guarantee you this much: it is corrupt in Indiana. There is no justice, and that's why people took justice into their own hands. And they will continue until the police, uh, who might be working with the FBI now in Indiana, not just in Indiana, folks. Every state has their FBI building, right? People have been complaining about Indiana since I've been here. And I'm witness to it, right? I'm witness to it. And everybody, and I want to thank Johnson for coming in and saying Smith's had nothing to do with it, because we've been hearing that a lot, and that's proof that they did have something to do with it. So we want to thank you, Johnson and Johnson, because everyone keeps saying it's not the Smith. That's where they're getting their dope from, probably. That's where the white china and the white pills are coming from. And that makes sense, because I think the guy they're talking about might be affiliated with police or whatever. So we're hunkering down. I'm looking here to move out here pretty soon, anyways. Uh, the whole thing is so corrupt. It's not funny. You go in for a simple operation out here, and next thing you got double the trouble. You know. So yeah, we're pretty much sure it came from LaGrange, Indiana. The people that were involved in the Delphi case lived up here, and they boot scoop boogied out of town once we started looking for them. You know, even some of the people that live here in this apartment complex were like, "That's the dude that used to live here, right? The guy from the Delphi case." And I'm like, "Yeah, perfect sense, right?" Yeah, they left stuff in her stomach. Yeah, yeah. America is going to go down the tubes, folks. America needs good. Ooh, there's that cardinal. I think it was a cardinal. Yep, there's that cardinal. America needs good doctors and nurses, folks. It's become a party, even in the hospitals, right? Now, we've complained numerous times about things, got nowhere. So a lot of people made different calls, biker organizations, militias, different militias from other states. Indiana caused themselves a lot of headaches, and the state police and town police caused themselves a lot of headaches, right? They want to take on Indiana police and their militias, other states, right? Other states want to take them on. They want to take them on. And hey, we'll support them. We'll support them. Where do I write the check? Where do we send the weapons? We'll support them, right? Because we're fed up with it, right? Authority abuses their power, folks. And that's what we've seen. And we are looking for a vehicle in LaGrange, Indiana that is white, that's got police lights on it, called the Booty Patrol. They are not cops. They are not official police. Who are they? I don't know, but they're working for somebody in town. And we're looking for that vehicle. We have seen it over there by the garage. uh, by the trucking station over there, where the truckers are, where that trucking company is over there. Now, I'm going to tell you, we're looking for it, and it will be fired upon if we see it in town, because people are saying it's not police. Bad things are going on, right? So for one, they shouldn't be driving around with police lights on it. It does look like a cop car, but it ain't. And that's the problem with America. Anyone could buy a police car and buy a uniform off the internet and make it look like a cop car. And now you got people driving around that are dressed like police, but ain't police. That's a problem. It's pretty much over for America. Kiki, we hope your husband's doing good and you're doing good. We hope everything's doing good. We've had about enough of it in Indiana. As a matter of fact, Indiana, now the police are going to be told that they're out of their jurisdiction up north here. Indiana don't own it. I don't know. When are they going to move the sign? I don't know. We're going to put up a new sign. Welcome to Michigan. Pure Michigan. I know they tore my last sign down, but they just don't get the hint. I'm like, you guys are pushing for a war. People make calls to other government branches and militias and stuff, right? Your little ricin crap ain't going to scare anybody that your militias are making, Indiana. Right? Your little anthrax that you're cooking up ain't military grade. So it's nuts, folks. I'm here to tell you. No, I'm not putting no butter in my coffee. No, and we are watching some YouTube channels that are into music that are wanted for bad things, have been tracked. Not every guitar channel is good either, folks. It's everywhere. It's within the crime community. It's even within the music community on YouTube. You know, it's crazy. Oh, your husband's back to work now, or he'll lose his job. Yeah. I was in a chat last night and we were talking about the stress. Or no, yesterday I was in Cold Truth, Cold Truth's channel. Great lady, great chat. And I was explaining the pressures that the American family is under, that men are under, that the working man is under. The pressures alone will drive someone mad, will cause mental illness, right? The pressure alone of raising a family and your work, your job, will cause mental illness. The stress on the American citizen is so high that it's causing mental health problems in our country, and the government is that stupid that they can't see it. They can't see it. They don't want to see it. America's become number one producer of stress, and stress will kill you. It's all part of their plan, folks. It's called population control. They've been doing it for centuries. So now some professionals are telling people to get off of Medicaid, Medicare. It's garbage. They don't ever cover anything. Get yourself into a regular health care system plan. I don't know if that's true, but it makes sense. You know, It's no wonder nobody can get anything done because they can't get the medication or can't get the doctors that know what they're doing to fix you, because there is no money in someone being healthy. Yeah, I know, Johnson. I've raised families that weren't even my families. I know. Sad. It is stressful, right? I know. I always look out for my friends' kids if there's a problem or anything like that. You know. But you're right, Johnson. Me taking care of all these families has caused massive stress on me, right? Massive stress. No, the cough is from that old hag down the hallway down there on apartment 50 something or whatever. One of these people are trespassing on me. They always are. I don't know who they. I don't know. It's the devil himself here. You know, it's the devil himself walking around on these landmark properties or whatever. So what do we do about it? I don't know. You got to handle this problem, right? We got to deal with these people. We got to track them all down. They're hot phones. They're just people that are idiots. You got to track them all down. You got to pick them up, get them off the streets. Uh, yeah, it's a big problem, man. Big problem. Like I said, this is not the only time that Landmark has been on the news. This is a recurring pattern with every facility just about that they have. They're way understaffed. They pocket all the money. It's not even it's not a nursing home here, but people are there's bottles of oxygen. These people bring in all kinds of shit here. I'm like, it's not, it's in the lease. You folks can't be doing that. They're like, well, the owner told us we can. I'm like, oh, well, who's this owner of the property that's moving all this weight and drugs and pills and allowing you people to operate here? Right? Numerous times I've come out and caught people behind the dumpster at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what they're doing, either feeling each other up or they're selling drugs or whatever. But we've had enough of it in this small little town. People say, call the police. We did. Idiots. If I hear one more state cop, which, hey, you state cops, how's that Delphi case going for you guys? You figure that out yet? I know some of our police that we got, that people made the calls, did. Right? That's why we pulled over old Brian Koberger in Indiana. Right? I think we're hip to what's going on in this state. Mr. Pence, I think we know exactly what's going on in this state. And that's why all these militias are joining forces and these other police departments in other states to take on Indiana and their militia and their ricin and anthrax that they've been threatening people with. So it's on, I guess. Everyone hunker down. You know, we made the right calls. We called the police. I'm sorry if they're corrupt, folks. If they're corrupt, they're corrupt. Right? Ain't nothing anyone could do. Right? Nothing. All you can do is hunker down. And folks, let me give you a little advice. Don't listen to people on YouTube that ain't a doctor. Go to the doctor before you try doing anything. A lot of these people on YouTube, that are self-proclaimed doctors think they know everything. Don't listen to everything you hear on YouTube, folks. Right? You're best to go to a doctor and find out what kind of diet will work for you before you just jump into something. If you're on medication, make sure you come off of that medication the right way. A little bit each time. That's how I had to get off this Olanzapine or Olanzapine or whatever it was. They couldn't take me off of it right away. I had to work my way down, lower the dosages. I had to come off of it. It was killing me. And right now, I'm being attacked spiritually, demonically trespassed on by somebody or something. But your freedoms have been taken from you, folks, because we had to. There will no longer you will no longer control the streets, folks. You had freedoms, you abused them, and now we're taking them away from you, folks. I'm sorry. Will police be going to jail? Yes. So go home and kiss your wife and kids and let them know that you're corrupt and you're going to be going to prison for a while. All right? Let them all know. Some of you YouTube channels, kiss your kids goodbye and your families. You're corrupt. You're going to prison. All right? You're going to prison. Let them know. I'm sorry, folks. But even the government now is saying, we got a problem in America. It's way too corrupt. It's too evil, right? These people are killing people. And they're walking away scot-free. So go home and tell all your families and kiss your kids goodbye because you're all going to prison. If you don't want to turn yourselves in and you want a war against other states and their militia and police forces in Indiana, that's fine with me. The federal government is right on board with us, right? They're right on board with us. So go ahead and do what you folks want to do, but I'm just giving you fair warning from what the government said. They're pretty much sick of these police and this death rate that's building up with landmark facilities and Hubbard Inn facilities, right? So people are tired of it. I don't blame them. Not one bit. Hey, good morning, lay low and chill. So where is this coming from? It's coming from Indiana. I think it all started when we got hip to the Delphi case. We're making a movie about this. To Live and Die in Indiana, or we're going to call it the the trafficker's dream, Indiana, because they are pushing a lot of kids around here, right? You know something's up when they're sticking cardboard paper signs in the ground out here saying adopt a child, right? Call this number, right? It makes sense. It makes sense. Well, they got to get rid of the kids. We got a massive child trafficking ring in America. So what are they doing? They're putting little signs in corners and stuff. Adopt a kid. They got to get rid of the kids, or they'll get caught with trafficking. Right? I told you, it's a bunch of churches in town. I imagine they are. So, what are you going to do? Not much. Nobody wants to go do anything because they're too afraid to go out and get a job, because they'll come home and there'll be shit sprayed all over their walls, poison, money missing, stuff all messed up when you get home, right? No one's seen nothing though, right? No one's seen nothing. I am getting ready to leave here. I got to go cut a yard. My back is killing me. My head is killing me. But I got to go cut this yard for this lady, this older lady. And that's it. Then I'm done for today. And then tomorrow I'm back to painting a fence for a lady. You know, I know I should be resting and retired, and I'm only 50 something years old. But listen, federal government, CIA, Homeland, I got a problem out here, right? These people are targeting me. I got a problem out here. Your police, this state has got a big problem. If we can get some support out here, if we can get some weaponry, some stuff out here, that'd be great. How about some food? Maybe how about some clean water? That would be great too. Right? That would be great. But it's going to make a great movie. We're going to keep filming. The script's going to keep rolling. We are looking at a couple of these channels that have been stealing from me. My movie script, my whole thing. Yeah. Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles, folks, in America. Right? That's the way the cookie crumbles. Lay Low and Chill said, forget those movies. Oh, no, this is a movie we got to make. This is a movie we got to make. Like I told you, folks, movies are real. Okay? They are taken from real situations. So we're going to make this movie about these corrupt police or whatever. And then we're going to name their names. We're even going to name the people here at this apartment complex and other landmark complexes that have been, people been dying, folks. I'm sorry, but there's only so much you can take. Right? They keep threatening me every day. I'm getting death threats. You call the police and they're like, oh, well, it sounds like a civil situation. Well, it sounds like a Civil War situation in Indiana, folks. So, the police did it to themselves. They're killing retarded people. I'm not even going to talk like the rest of these people on YouTube. They're killing people that have disabilities. They're driving people nuts, almost like Hitler did. So I don't care what you do to me, folks. The word has been spread. All the information has been sent to different people. I can give two craps if you kill me, right? The word will get out there and these people will be hunted down. whether they're behind a badge or government, politics, whatever it may be. You've been threatening me with authority, right? You've been binding me. You've been sending demons and dead people and we're sending that shit back to the other side of the apartment complex. If you don't like it, move. I'm going to tell you just like the state police told me a couple days ago. If these people don't like living here, they can move. And I was like, it ain't that easy, right? How about you get someone in here that knows what they're doing, right? He didn't like that, but he did say that you folks can move. That's what he did tell me. You guys don't like this place? Move. Well, they just can't pick up and move to another place because these people are poor, right? They had to go through red tape to get into this place, right? They had to go through red tape to get in here, and then they get in here, and then they find out it's not, it's it's a zoo, right? Now they're stuck here. There ain't no other place in town or anything with rent uh, that's kind of cheap, and that ain't even cheap. They keep raising it, right? They just keep raising it and raising it. So I agree with the other people uh, in town. Something's going on. I imagine so. People are like, it's the Messiah. No, that guy is not the Messiah, right? He is not the Messiah. We proved that. I've caught him numerous times doing things, right? So, no, they're not the Messiah. Heck, they come into your apartment when you're not even home. That's the main thing. They've caught a couple of them, right? We haven't turned them in yet, but there's proof that they've been in people's apartments while they're not home. Hell, I came home one day and I had shit running down my walls. I'm like, what the heck is that? Oh, we had some guy come in and spray for bugs. I'm like, you sprayed all the wall. They were just painted. It just ran all down the walls and everything. Orca, right? It was all over my dishes, right? Poison. That explains why these people were dying. We're sorry, United States government, but sometimes the citizens have to do things themselves in Indiana. There is more than corn in Indiana. I can guarantee you that. It ain't too much good. Yeah, I got squirrels all over the place again. We've even caught these people trying to get in my film, and then they call the authorities. This guy gonna sue him. I'm like, walk around the other way. There's a sign out there, and then in the window, filming. Right? Scammers. That's all we got around here. So, what are your folks? What are you folks doing today? What are you folks doing today? Is there anything big on the plan? I'm waiting for the grass to dry from the morning dew, and then I'm going to go cut a yard. And then I'm going to come home and relax. My back is killing me today, and my head is killing me. Anybody? It's funny. I don't cough all day. Even when I'm out walking around and everything. Once I turn on this camera and start talking about things, I get attacked by this thing. And I notice other YouTubers have noticed it too. Other YouTubers have noticed it too. Even other YouTubers have been coughing, right? They're like, excuse me, something is. We know what you're talking about, YouTubers. Some kind of an entity, or it could be the devil. And, you know, it's these guys down there, and these YouTubers that were all part of this Delphi thing. They were all friends with each other, right? They were all good friends with each other. Greeno, Harmon, there's a couple of them, supposedly Curly JK or whatever his name is, who is actually probably suspect in the case, who fits the description. A bridge guy, they're saying. Some of these people are saying we think it was these dudes. I think it was probably, maybe. It was a big group of them. I even want to question Kohlberger. Same caliber gun. And the girls were all cut up with a knife. You know, they're pissed at me because I'm like, let's question Kohlberger. If Kohlberger was talking to people through Reddit and contacting people through the internet, well, then there's a very good chance that it was a big ring of them, not just one man, right? It was an orchestrated ring of psycho killers, which is very possible now. No, we're going to be sending some of this crap back to you YouTubers. I ain't Jesus and I ain't God, right? I surely ain't the devil. So don't be sending me your junk, because we'll send it back tenfold. So it ain't mine. I don't want it. Ain't my problem. Oh, I care what people are doing, Johnson. If I didn't care what people were doing, I wouldn't be talking about it on the internet. I wouldn't be putting my videos under news and politics. I wouldn't have been doing a lot of things. I care. It's just you can't go against authority because they'll shoot you. They will kill you. They'll tase you, cause massive heart attack. You know, they'll pepper spray you, and somebody with COPD or whatever it is. So yeah, I would imagine. I don't care. You only live once, folks. You only live once. Might as well have fun while we're here. So that concludes what is the deal with Landmark Facilities. I have no idea. I don't work here. But they've been having a lot of trouble at these places in Indiana. A lot of these apartment complexes and retirement homes, just horrible. It's just horrible what they've been doing to us. If I didn't see it for myself, I wouldn't have believed it. But now that I live at one of these facilities, apartment complexes, I've seen it. So, yeah. And it's funny how they want to get inside this shot, but it's only because they want to sue to scam. Right? Next thing you know, they're like, You can't film me. I'm like, I'm filming my own apartment. These cameras are all around, pointing everywhere. That's my right as an American citizen to film my property. You know? I don't know. And as long as I'm renting here, here's another thing. They don't do anything legal. Nothing's done legal. And you know what? I don't even blame the people for smoking cannabis because the health coverage state of Indiana don't cover nothing. So these people are in severe pain. So they go and buy cannabis to kill the pain. And then the government, the state, punishes these people, saying you can't do that. Can't do that. All right, folks, this is my hour video, my rant and rave. What's going on at these facilities? I have no idea. It ain't my problem. I don't own them. I don't run them. So it's not my problem. Quit knocking on my door and harassing me about it. I don't work here. I'm going to tell you just like the police said, call the police. Right? If you folks don't like living here, you can move. That's what the state police told me. So I'm just relaying the message to you folks. If you don't like this place, move. That's all I can say. That's it. And believe me, there's people looking to move. Right? So I'm not the cause of it. Everybody knows that. This has been going on for a long time, folks. Right? Like I said, when I first moved into this apartment complex, it was beautiful. We didn't have no arguments, no fightings, everyone got along. Everything was fine. And certain people moved in. And hell broke loose. Right? They were luring people with disabilities. They were using people with disabilities. Some of these people that live here, not everyone that lives here has a disability. Some people have normal heads, but they just have a job that don't pay a lot. So it's equal opportunity housing. But some of these people took advantage of people that had disabilities. And it's going to be all in my movie. It's going to be huge. It's going to be phenomenal. I mean, I'm already getting death threats from these people and the government. I go through with this movie, they'll take everything from me. That I worked for. They already did it once to me, folks. So I've done my job as a United States citizen, a patriot. I can't do no more. Me, myself, I'm being stalked by some of these women. Right? They're stalking me. They know I'm a singer, songwriter, music man. I don't get paid for it. I do it because I love it. Plus, people rip me off, you know. But they want to be a part of the show. They're stalking me. They're watching me. They're walking around my apartment at night. Hell, I've had people come walk right up to my door and look inside of it as I'm sitting here. What are you doing? I'm trying to enjoy my privacy. Yeah, who is that? You playing guitar? Yeah, that's me playing guitar, man. I'm sitting there playing guitar, watching. Yeah, it's me. Yeah. How do you know you only live once? Johnson says. Johnson says Savannah is gone, dude. I don't know. I have no idea where Savannah is. I don't control these women. What do you want? I'm the one that gets stalked. What happened to Savannah, Johnson? Not that it's any of my business. It's none of my business. But anyways, like I said, that's my video, my rant and rave today. There's nothing I can do, folks. I wish I could. My hands are tied. I gotta wash my hands of it. Uh, you name it, it's happened here. And don't stop fighting. And the problem does lie in Indiana. Every town has a problem. Every small town, every city. And we have it right here ourselves, right? I imagine Michigan is getting ready and we're going to push down into Indiana and recover our ground. Well, I don't even live in Michigan. I'm like 8 minutes away from Michigan. So I'm in Indiana. I live in Indiana. But I imagine if Michigan, if they own 30 miles into Indiana or 20 miles into Indiana, I imagine they're going to want their ground. They're going to proceed to come into Indiana, take their ground back. Right? Hey, we didn't start this war. Indiana did with all this Delphi crap, and then all the crap with the news channels saying that the militia is going to help Indiana police, and I'm like, oh, that was stupid. And then everyone's like, we knew this was going on. Now everyone's joining forces, right? All the other militias are like, let's kick the shit out of these pricks, racist, but it's just all over. So I imagine this will be happening soon. So be prepared, folks. It'll probably be chemicals because I guess this militia or this KKK thing, they have ricin and anthrax that they've been cooking. And it's been on the news. And the government's like, what? The federal government's like, what? Are you kidding me? That'll kill you in a heartbeat. Ricin and anthrax. So yeah, these folks they're screwed. No, I want to say God bless to everybody. I want to say amen. I want to give a shout out to all my mods, all the ladies that used to come into the chat, but we found out they really weren't for us. They were against us, sent in, right? Espionage. No, I didn't send nude photos to people, right? Whoever, I don't know. Probably the hacker did. Whoever hacked my computer probably did. But like I said, they were all private photos. And folks, it happens. Right? People are out there telling you, folks, it's impossible to hack your computer. There's no such thing. They're lying to you, folks. Them people are probably the ones that are hacking you. Like Brian Kohlberger was hacking people and watching them on camera, on TV, on their smart TVs. Right? Brian Kohlberger. Yeah. Yeah. Same thing with Indiana. Right? We think these Delphi dudes were luring these people with disabilities and these young girls in. That's what I'm thinking. So, you folks have a great day. I am getting ready to go cut a yard. I will be back in a couple hours. But I'm staying off YouTube a lot. You know, it's done good. It's done good. I mean, I watch YouTube, but I don't do as many videos, and I've been straying away from all the madness unless somebody comes and says, "Hey, are you watching this?" Then I'll go check it out. But yeah, these idiots in Indiana, sickos, right? This good old boy tradition, bunch of sickos, right? Young girls and luring people with disabilities to get money out of them or to sell them bad drugs or whatever. It's just unreal. God bless everyone. Have a great day. All glory goes to God, the real God, not the fake Messiah. And send all this sickness back to these people and that live around me where it's coming from. Send it back to wherever it came from, Lord. I know it surely wasn't mine, right? I was in great shape. I still am in great shape because it's not me. It's these people trespassing on me. Some YouTubers, some people that live around me. Some are fake prophets. Yeah, sometimes I watch the prophet channels. But they're fake people now. I watch other church channels and they say, don't listen to them people. They're fake prophets. The Lord told us right here, there will be prophets, but there will also be fake prophets, like the fake Messiah. So, yeah, it's just a mess, folks. Welcome to madness. Welcome. Welcome to the madness in your world. That all could have been stopped if they would have just stopped letting these people broadcast this brainwashing that they've been doing. Right? The zoo's gone mad. Now it's up to the citizens to come together because the government don't care if you people go cuckoo. They don't care if you go cuckoo and kill each other. Right? That's all part of their government experiment. So you folks have a great day. God bless everyone. And it is our right to speak our freedoms and speak what's on our mind. But it is against the law to physically touch or hurt anybody. And it is against the law in my eyes to trespass on people. Now, God bless. Have a great day. Shout out to all the mods. What ones are left? And all glory goes to God. Amen. And get us some lawyers up here and security. Please. Somebody. Mr. Kennedy, get us some security up here and lawyers and good police and good congressmen and good mayors and good teachers. And most of all, sir, good doctors. That's what we need because they killed a lot of people because they didn't know what they were doing. Have a good day, folks.